several people, one of them being the Downtown Business Alliance, and Dana is the chairman of that committee. So she graciously decided to go ahead and join us on our meeting today and just let us know what's going in downtown Seguin, maybe potential people that are coming in, future plans, blah, blah, blah. So with that, we have Dana. A lot of you might know her from the Seguin Chamber of Commerce for a lot of years, and she owns You're So Crafty in downtown Seguin. So if you're feeling crafty or you want to become crafty, go visit Dana.
We can teach you how. Well, thanks, Ken. Thank you for inviting me to talk about my favorite thing in the world, beautiful downtown Seguin. Isn't it a gem? We love it here. So I'm Dana on You're So Crafty. I've lived in Guadalupe County since 1986. I worked in New Braunfels until 2005 when I came to work at the Chamber. A couple of years later, I bought a store near downtown, and 5 years ago moved it to the 3,000 square foot Vivero Sporting Goods right in the heart of downtown. I've always had a love for small town downtowns. In New Braunfels, I served on their DBA for many years, even though I had no job downtown or any connection other than knowing it was important. In New Braunfels 20 years ago, we struggled with many things Seguin struggles with: vacant buildings, out-of-town landlords, beautification, pride, awareness. You know, we used to say, why can't we be more like Fredericksburg? And now in the mid-2000s, we did have a DBA and there were about 8 of us. We still managed to pull off a little hot chocolate stroll that has continued to be a successful fundraiser. The small DBA just really became an organization that planned Sip and Stroll. But in 2019, Main Street was hosting these quarterly breakfast meetings. You guys might have come to some. At one of those meetings, Pam Centeno was telling us about all the new subdivisions that were headed our way. And we started rumbling, you know, that we should get together and focus on downtown because we're the most occupied we've been in many years, and because we have thousands of people headed our way, but mostly because it's our responsibility to create a vibrant downtown where people will want to come and where they will want to do business and spend money. So Kyle and I hired a consultant and grabbed a core group of business owners and had a day-long strategic planning session. You know about those things, they're really fun. So we decided that this is who we are, a group of business owners and others who recognize a vibrant business and entertainment-oriented city core that showcases historic and cultural integrity is vital to the growth and success of all businesses in Seguin. Also at that meeting, we formed about 8 committees because we were going to save the world, but we decided we should maybe stick to 2. So we selected marketing of downtown and marketing of our members. So, and then our other committee is membership. Currently we have about 58 members, and you can see the list on seguindba.org. Our most recent member is the Burnt Bean, so we're excited about that, as everybody is. So we market downtown as a destination for visitors and residents. Did you know that there are people who live in Seguin who don't know that we have a downtown at all? I didn't know we had a downtown. We do it all the time. It's crazy. It's like, do you live here and drive anywhere? We purchased a billboard on 123 coming in from San Marcos, telling them to take the right at Continental, come downtown. And we started hosting monthly third Thursday late night shopping, which was going gangbusters for a while until we weren't allowed to be with each other. So we're still doing third Thursdays, and we're trying to make them more exciting. We pay for generic ads in the Gazette and Herald monthly magazines mentioning downtown and our activities, and we have a year-round shop local campaign. Our Facebook page promotes our member businesses and activities, and we work very closely with Main Street, CVB, and the Chamber. We also market our members on a pay-to-play basis. For instance, we purchased a 2-page spread in the Chamber directory with the map and co-op advertising spots for members who share the ad cost with DBA. We have mailed an every door direct postcard to specific neighborhoods around Small Business Saturday. It was a couple of years ago. It wasn't hugely successful, but we have some ideas about maybe doing that again. What we're trying to do is get the attention of the residents moving here, because we want them to consider Seguin as their hometown and not that other city to the west. So we printed and sold reusable tote bags. These are $20. It gets you a discount at the participating shops. And then this year we printed commemorative 10th anniversary note cards with the 10 years of mug artwork. So these are for sale for $10. They're blank inside. $10. The 10th annual Sip and Stroll event didn't happen, but we did, we sold packaged cocoa and mugs anyway and had several small open houses. People bought the mugs, but it wasn't, they just were like, it's not the same. We want to get out and be with our people. So let's see what this year holds. One thing that you guys need to know about is that we're really excited that the city of Seguin has finally agreed to pay for a downtown master plan. We've had 17 proposals from companies to conduct the plan, and we narrowed that down to 5 who will be interviewed next week. The city is also funding a citywide comprehensive plan, which will run in conjunction with the downtown plan and will fit with the recently completed parks plan. So everybody will sort of be on the same page with continuing to improve the whole community. The consultants will spend about a year interviewing stakeholders and members of the public from every demographic. They'll focus on the retail and restaurant mix down here, our current inventory, ability, other nightlife, things like that. They'll also conduct a leakage survey to let us know why people are shopping elsewhere and what they're going there for. You'll all be hearing about this a lot in the next year. We hope to start this month. So some of you will be included in the process, but be thinking about what you want your downtown Seguin to look like, because that's what they're gonna do, is visionary, Post-it notes, all the things. But right now, what we talk about a lot at pretty much every board and marketing meeting is you guys. You're considered to be our best marketers. Like, we spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to reach the new residents in the new subdivisions, as well as the folks who don't know there's a downtown, or to the people moving into existing housing. One of our issues is that people consider that they live in New Braunfels even when they have a Seguin address. Like, that's where they go. But we want to put Seguin at the top of their minds for shopping and services, and encourage them to consider us first. But how do we do that? We would love to have a conversation with you guys about perhaps some sort of welcome package that realtors and title agencies give to your clients. We've talked about hosting cookouts in the neighborhood parks with pop-up shops and events, but that's further when the subdivisions are full, but we really welcome any suggestions, partnerships, cross promotions, bring them on. You guys are such a creative group of people who really know how to hustle. I'm sure we could learn a thing or two from you all. So I invite you, if you're interested in having these conversations and brainstorming with us, we have a marketing committee every second Thursday at 8:30 here at You're So Crafty. And DBA membership is open to everyone. Retail is not the only audience for our group. Anyone who has a business or property should invest in DBA, and so should others outside of downtown who benefit from a strong, vibrant destination and from the investment of downtown business owners and landlords and the tourism revenue that we bring in. So that's it. If you have questions, I'll be happy to answer them, and I'm just extremely grateful to be here. How's that?
If our members don't have any questions, I do have a couple.
Okay, go ahead.
Any of our members have questions?
Yeah,
Well,
I have one. Is there, can you give us a sneak peek if you know of anybody, either a specific type of business coming in or a specific business, whether it's restaurants or whether it's something specifically that that's coming in?
Well, there's a restaurant that's allegedly still happening in the Park Plaza Hotel.
That was
Cajun.
Cajun thing.
Yeah, Cajun.
Yeah. The last our DBA annual meeting, the city manager said that that's still a go. But I was in there the other day and it didn't look like it was a go. They were saying this summer. So it's a family style Cajun restaurant.
Yeah.
Were they maybe
And-
waiting for it to open up a little bit?
Maybe, you know, that's
Which
kind of
seems
what,
like-
you know, when we hit 50,000 population, that's when people will start paying attention to wanting to put chains and things like that. And
What, do you know what?
you know,
the
we welcome the
population-
growth, but we also want to maintain the health of downtown, like, and local restaurants, you know. Chick-fil-A may be great, but
It's not going to be downtown.
right, it's not gonna be downtown.
Yeah.
And then one of our prime places downtown, so the Rise just opened. I mean, they're not open yet. They're still doing construction in the old playoffs.
Oh.
What's that gonna be?
It's a co-working space.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, so you can rent a desk by the hour or you can rent one by the month. And there's meeting rooms and free Wi-Fi and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Cool.
called The Rise. It has graffiti sign. Looks like somebody said, oh my God, that new building got graffitied already. And it was their sign.
I haven't looked at, I need to look at that.
What is there for music right now downtown Seguin with Warehouse leaving, Burnt Beans not doing any music, are they?
No. Coffee shop used to do the Friday nights, but I don't think they're doing it just because of COVID right now. And you know, they moved, you know, Court Street Coffee moved and Seguin Coffee girls, the girls from Seguin Coffee are putting a sandwich and salad place in the old Court Street Coffees. Not confusing at all.
Oh,
Oh,
they
really?
are. Oh.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
that's, I don't know that, I don't think they bought the building. I think they're just renting it.
They are just.
Carlos Moreno putting in like a fitness thing where his space
Gym.
is. Yeah.
Mhm. And then Lisa Burns is opening a baby boutique between Carlos and Seguin Nutrition.
Okay. That's good.
And I think they were doing music at Schultz Saloon pretty regularly. He's got a little stage in there.
Mhm.
Again, not sure what is happening with them right
That
now.
was Austin Street Live.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And they own the building next door to them, between them and Remax.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So that's for rent. I don't know. He's been burned a couple of times by some tenants, so I think he's hesitant to rent it to somebody who's not solid.
Mm.
Yeah.
But if you know anybody,
Okay, Casey, what are your questions?
So a couple things. You mentioned the planning session for the master plan.
Mhm.
Do you have any suggestions, specific wishes, that kind of thing that you would like to see in the master plan?
oh, I would like to see the one-way streets go away for one thing. I think we need some more. I participated a little bit in the parks plan, and we talked a lot about more things to do in Central Park, like maybe a little tiny playground or putt-putt golf or something where it makes people more engaged and hanging around in Central Park after they've.
Mhm.
You'd be amazed at how many people read the statue. It's always fascinating to me. They walk around, read the little statue
Yeah.
once again.
Yeah.
But then what do you do? You know,
Right.
Um,
I mean, the only reason to come down is for, I guess, the parades and the,
right?
you
right.
know, or when they were having the downtown, was it first? what was
Sunday,
it?
Sunday music,
What was
Sunday
it called?
the summer concert series.
Yes. And
Yes.
then didn't they have like a little vendors and stuff would come once a month? I can't remember what it was called.
Yeah, so like Arts Fest, they usually have, you know, the vendors and then a whole bunch of kids activities, but this year they're just doing vendors. Pecan Fest, they just did vendors. And not all of the activities, you know. COVID is just, it sucks.
I know.
It's bad. It
Awful.
needs to go away.
Awful.
But
I
they'll
think-
also, part of the plan is to, part of the parks plan is to have the Walnut Trail all the way from TOU to Starkey Park. So
That's good.
it's gonna be good.
It's pretty complete
It's
except for
almost,
parts of
yeah.
it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you can park here and go the trail. Selena and Medina said they park at here and they go to Park West on their
okay.
bikes.
Oh, on the
So you
bike.
can get all the way to there.
Yeah.
I think one thing that Seguin has that we need to capitalize on, and we do some with the summer concert series, but we have the downtown Central Park. And, you think New Braunfels doesn't have it. They just have the roundabout.
Right.
There's this central block in San Marcos, but it's where the courthouse is.
Mm-hmm.
You think about it, and there's not a lot of cities that have a downtown Central Park.
Right.
And so I think if we just keep utilizing that as a gathering place, I had some friends in Cibolo that I always gave them crap like, okay, when y'all want to gather as a community, where do you go?
Right.
Nowhere. You sort of have one in Schertz. There's not really in Marion. I mean, sort of, but not so much. So I think that's something that we just need to keep capitalizing on. And the summer concert series and,
More things.
yeah,
There
more
should be something
things.
there all the time, but
Yeah.
who's going to plan it? There's
Yeah.
that. And one of, the consultants all compliment it. We have a really good grid, but we also have a whole couple of blocks that are nothing but offices or service things. And then we have this block over here where the bank takes up an entire square block.
Mhm.
And then we have houses right behind us, So it's a little challenging we're almost full with retail other than the sleep shop is still empty. It's been subdivided into 3 different buildings. Is that right?
Yeah,
Selena,
3.
I think. Yeah, I think it's 3.
Who is that owned by? Is that
And people from San Antonio was the last I heard.
Oh.
And I think they want a lot of money.
That's probably always got to be a challenge too in downtown Seguin. You would like to have music where people can go and sit for concerts, but you also have to be careful that that the music's not too loud where it,
Yeah.
it affects the houses around.
If you've never been to Georgetown, their downtown is stunning. They have huge public funding for public art, huge city funding for public art. And there's red poppies just everywhere. It's just a beautiful downtown. Murals all over the place. They've got little pocket parks, like in the alley of, like, pretend the warehouse didn't open and that was still that little weird open spot. Just open that up and let it be a parklet. That's what they call them. There's all kinds of cool things you can do with the downtown. Just
So back on the master planning session or sessions, will they broadcast those over webinar? What is the best way to view those, get information about them, make sure that you can attend those meetings?
They will, what they normally, in non-COVID years, they normally like to go to things like Arts Fest and set up a kiosk and just randomly grab people. They all have contingency plans for doing a lot of Facebook and online meetings. I'm sure they'll still try to do some in-person, now that everything's changing next week, maybe, or not, who knows? Everybody will, it's a big campaign. Like, they set up a website, they have a Facebook page, they text, it's all over the place. And they're gonna, like, every sector, they're gonna talk to realtors for sure, they'll talk to. So.
And will you be promoting that info on your seguindba.org website?
Yeah, and we have a Facebook page.
And what is your Facebook page?
It's Seguin Downtown Business Alliance, something like that.
Okay.
I think it's Downtown Business Alliance is in the name.
And your marketing committee meetings are every Thursday?
Second Thursday
Second Thursday. Second Thursday
at 8:30.
at 8:30. Okay. And the best way to come to get signed up for that is through your website and through your Facebook page. You'll
You can just come.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
So you said, Danny, you said that next week they've got 5 plans, master plans for downtown Seguin that they're going to review.
We're going to, yeah, we had, so 17 people sent us proposals, stack of proposals, and we narrowed it down to 5 that we're going to interview it's going to be a Zoom interview, but because really all the, these companies do this for a living all day long, every day. They're all well qualified. They all have the ability to do it. It comes down to like, which ones do we get the best vibe from? Do they understand? It could also be, because it's at the same time with the comprehensive plan. Some of them have bid on both plans, which would provide a little economy of scale with, how many public meetings we have to attend. I guess that would be a good thing if the same company got both bids, but they don't have to.
It's not necessarily the plans, it's just to select a company.
Yes.
to
So,
handle the
and they'll
plan.
start in March, and it's like a year long. One of them was an 18-month long one, and one was a little less than a year. Most of them are about a year before they have a finished product, and timelines and how we can achieve what we say we want to achieve. And a lot of them focus on finding funding for us to do things, which I think is pretty cool. Some of them work with other firms that provides things that they don't have in their own firm. So it's really interesting. A lot of reading.
I'd be interested because we have 2 buildings downtown that we own. Although they're office space, we don't have any retail. Right.
Well, Kyle, so since the city is funding it, they will deal mostly with Kyle and the city manager and planning department. And then we're just sort of, and they'll work with us, the DBA too, but they're the governmental.
Okay.
So Kyle knows, Kyle knows all.
Yeah. Okay, great. I'll get in touch with Kyle. I'm just kind of interested.
Yeah, he's very busy right now because they've also assigned him to head up the vaccination clinics. Because
oh my gosh.
My goodness.
I think that he volunteered to go down there one day and ended up staying there like for 24 hours or something. And I think they saw his event organizing experience, and they added that responsibility to his already crowded schedule.
My goodness.
Wow. Yeah.
And he said it's probably going to be that way till summer.
I bet that's right. Yeah.
So if you don't hear from him back right away, just bug him again.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
And he didn't get a raise either. So.
Of course.
Any other questions for Dana?
Dana, I have one more, and this is more on a personal note. I'm working on a personal project, and so to take a picture of iconic, to take an iconic picture for each of our areas that we represent. We represent 5 counties and all the cities within. And so if you were to pick a picture that I should take of the Seguin downtown area, what would you recommend?
There's an overhead shot, and I don't know if it's Matthew Chase or whatever, but he has one from like above St. Andrews, looking down on Central Park, and then you can see Austin Street behind it. That's a pretty neat one.
Okay.
I can send it to you.
Well, I'm going to actually try to take a picture.
Yes. Okay, well, that could be a challenge then.
Probably a drone picture.
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay.
I
can work on it.
The fountain with the, Juan Seguin behind is always a popular.
Okay.
Just different.
Thank you for your input.
Yeah. So which counties do you have?
So as part of Four Rivers represents 5 counties. We represent Hayes County, Comal County, Guadalupe County, Gonzales County, and Caldwell County.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a lot of people from a lot of those areas who come to Seguin to see where they can move to next. We're getting a lot of people from Wilson County recently.
Really?
Mhm.
So, oh, Dana, I was going to offer, if y'all are interested in, I work at Seguin Title Company,
Mhm.
and, I'm happy to pass out if y'all have little bags of
Great.
information or, coupons for people to go downtown shopping. That'll kind of perk
Yeah.
their attention, because I can give it at closings. Like, we have people, I mean, you'd be amazed. People from California, Montana are moving here, everywhere. They're coming from all over, Austin, San Antonio.
Mhm.
And they don't know, some of them don't know about downtown Seguin.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I think more tourists know about downtown Seguin than our own residents. But
Mhm.
yeah, I have a regular customer now who just bought a Mill Creek house, and
Oh,
she
uh-huh.
wishes she would like to sell it because she likes Seguin better than New Braunfels, and she didn't know that until after she bought her house. And there's this lovely couple who've been on a sailboat. They lived on a sailboat for 3 years, and then they've been RVing for a few years. They just bought property on Schneider Road, and they're so excited. They've been here like 4 times or in a week. But lots of people. Yeah.
That's
I had
great.
something else I was going to say, but I can't remember it. Oh, so Mary Riley and Ashley from Gift and Gourmet are working on some sort of welcome package, Donna,
Okay.
that includes something of value to new people.
Okay, well, I'd be glad to help.
Great. Thank you.
All right. Well, Dana, thanks so
Dana.
much for jumping in and giving us some info about the Downtown Business Alliance. I just liked the
Yeah.
page while we were
Nice.
sitting here talking, just so it might be cool for some of us just to drop in and sit in on the marketing meetings and see if we have any ideas that we could maybe throw forward, or maybe from a real aspect, like things that might be good to put in, offices and stuff like that. So we really appreciate you jumping in, and
Thank you.
thanks so much for all your info.
Thank you for inviting me.
That's been
Yeah.
good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Just a reminder, marketing committee meetings every second Thursday at You're So Crafty in downtown Seguin, and the SeguinDBA.org website. So all our members can visit that. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.